I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. Today I was listening to this audio tape by this guy named Earl Nightingale, and he was telling a story called AcYres of Diamonds, which was by this guy named Russell Cromwell. Some of you may have heard the story, but to summarize the story, there was this guy in Africa who owned a farm. He owned all this land, and he heard that there was this other land a little bit distant from where the farmer's land was that had all these diamonds. And if he found these diamonds, obviously he knew he could make a whole lot of money and be rich and wealthy. So this farmer said, all right, I'm gonna sell the farm that I have, sell this farm, and then I'm gonna go take that money and I'm gonna go look for those diamonds so I can get rich. So he sold his farm to somebody else and went to go look for those diamonds, but through the rest of his life, he never really found those diamonds that he thought were gonna be. He was pretty sure was gonna be in this new place, and he ended up dying. He ended up actually killing himself because he was so depressed over the fact that he never found the diamonds. Meanwhile, the farmer that he sold his farm to, the original farm, this other farmer one day was just walking through the stream on the farm, and he noticed something like a little rock that was in the stream. Of course, he takes the rock, and you can figure out this story. He takes the rock to someone who knows better, and they say, you know what this is? This is actually a diamond. It was a rough diamond, but it was a diamond. And the farmer said, well, look, this farm that I bought has plenty of these all over my farm. I don't know what they are, but I thought they were just regular rocks. Ends up that farm, the original farm that the first farmer sold because he wanted to go find diamonds, that farm had plenty of diamonds already in it that he never even looked into. And what I want to talk to you about in this vid today is looking in your own acres of diamonds. And this is kind of like what Earl Nightingale said in his tape. Now, I'm not talking about anything that he said, but I want to give you some ways that you can start looking into your own acres of diamonds. That means looking into where you are right now in life, who you are, what skills you have, what situations you have in front of you that you may not even see the opportunity in, but you're looking outside somewhere else. You know, the grass is always greener, cliche that we like to always say. So I'm gonna give you 3 things here real quick. Number 1, what skills do you have that you could start trading on? When I say trading on, that means things that you can use to make money for yourself, because we can use money to get anything else. What skills do you have that you could trade on that you are thinking maybe I can't because you think it's maybe too saturated? Maybe you think there's no real opportunity in it because there's too many people already doing it, or it's old, or that time has passed. What skills do you have that you may not be putting full energy into or putting any attention on because you think it's saturated? For example, this guy left me a comment on one of my podcast episodes, not today, but the day that I'm recording this, and he said, I started a landscaping business, but when I first started, the only thing I knew how to do was push a lawnmower. And I thought, man, nobody's gonna want somebody who can just push a lawnmower because everybody can do that. But what he came to find out was there was a bunch of old people who needed their lawns mowed, but they didn't want to do it themselves. So they paid him to do it, and then eventually he added other skills as he kept being on people's lawns every single day, and now he has a full-fledged business. So that's just one example. So the question is, what skills do you have that you are maybe pushing to the side because you think there's no opportunity? Number 2, what things are you already doing, let's say to make money or business-wise, that could possibly be extended into something else if you just looked a little bit deeper into it? For example, if you're a basketball trainer, let's say you're a great basketball trainer, you could take the things that you teach as a trainer and make it into a program, or make it into a book, or make it into a pamphlet or an app or something that players can take with them. If you're a trainer, you could also do your own events. Maybe you could start your own team. If you are a blogger, let's say you got a real popular blog, you get a lot of comments, you got a lot of people interested in reading your stuff, you could write a book. Maybe you could start being a speaker. Maybe you can, I don't know, something else that you could do, whatever involves writing. You can start writing for other people. You could be a ghostwriter, a copywriter. So any skill that you have now that you're already making money from, there's probably a bunch of other things you can do with that skill that you're not even thinking about right now. So ask yourself, the way I'm making money right now, what are some other ways people take the same skill that I have and they're doing more with it than I'm doing right now? That'll be some new ideas for you. Number 3 thing. What's the most obvious thing, not even skill-wise, but what's the most obvious thing right in front of your face that for whatever reason you're not paying attention to? What's the most obvious thing that you're not paying any attention to that you could actually be using? For example, you see this background behind me? I've lived here for a while, but I didn't really film that much out here. But one day I said to myself, wait a minute, this would be a great place to film. This is a great sight line. Whenever I film out here and I put a video, people are like, man, that looks great. I like that background or that view wherever you at. Listen, This is the most obvious thing, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. I was thinking, man, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, let me do it in here, let me do it in this plain room, and this is the better background. I think I like this one. What y'all think about this background? I like it. That water is cold as I don't even know what to call it, but it's cold. I ain't jumping in it, but I like filming it right here. What is the most obvious thing in your life, in your situations, in your environment that you are not even paying attention to that you should be? If you would just stop thinking so damn much and just looked at it, you would say, you know what, that's the opportunity right there, but I've been ignoring it. It's right there in front of you if you would just look. So hopefully me giving you this video will help you open your mind to that and maybe think about an opportunity that you didn't notice. So let me recap 3 points. Number one, what skills do you have already that you could be trading on that you may think there's no opportunity in it, but it's plenty? If you would just start. If you would just start, the opportunity's there. Many people are missing opportunity because they think, well, there is none. If everybody thinks that, then guess what? There's plenty. Number two, what things are you already trading on? That means making money from, if we're talking business, that you could extend into other areas. So if you're a great writer and you're blogging, you could write a book. If you're a great trainer and you're training individuals, maybe you could train a whole team. If you're training a whole team, maybe you could write a book or a program or make an app. So there are always ways you can extend your skills into other areas. And number three, what is the most obvious thing that you're not paying attention to? What is the most obvious thing? You know, a guy who puts out a video every single day for all these years, and I got a great place to film with a great background, and I wasn't even using it. What is the most obvious thing in front of you that you haven't been paying attention to? Everybody, you like this stuff? Subscribe to my podcast. It's called Work on Your Game. It's every day. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, everywhere else. Look it up. It's called Work on Your Game. If you know how to use YouTube, you can find a podcast. Everybody, Dre all day, and workonyourgameyou.com.